Alright, something a bit different today. Just gonna eat and talk, really. That's all. Got a few cans as well, so we will crack them out maybe later. But yeah, man. This week's been an interesting one. It's not been bad, to be fair. I had a bit of an interesting time, but on the whole, been pretty good. Been pretty productive. I mean, I started off the week like by learning how to draw. Actually, I set myself a target. I start the week just teach myself how to draw, see what I can do. You know. It's hot as fuck. It's got a regular spaghetti bolognese. Pretty standard. You're gonna roast me for not making my bed. It's okay. I forgot. Should actually do that. Something I'm normally quite on it for, but just forgot to. My room has been developing a bit of shit the last few days, but that's that. That's life, you know? Yeah, an interesting time this week. Started teaching myself to draw. I've never really drawn before. Kind of just started off doing that, which is, you know, fun, I guess. I'm just, you know, teaching myself the basics, like literally how to draw, like basic things. You know, not even like shapes and stuff, but more kind of just like things I want to then be able to try and do proficiently. Such as like trees and stuff, but yeah. I think my main issue with drawing is that it's not that I'm not even good at it. I'm not amazing at it, obviously. I've been doing it for a few days, but it's like so much of the time now, it's like, oh, I want to draw this. And it's like you overextend yourself because obviously you're so. I think in the modern world, we're very exposed to like very good art. And thus, you're like, oh, I need to be able to do this. And when you can't do it, then instantly you're like, what the fuck? It's one of those things, you know? The same with music. Like, I make music and I try and make the best stuff I can. Which is why most of the stuff I make isn't released, you know? But I've kind of got this stage where I'm like, okay, I can do most things I want to do, but I'm still trying to experiment, like expand on like more things I can do. So like I'm certainly trying to like make my own pads now, like organically. So not organically, what's the word? Manually. And kind of all that kind of stuff rather than just grabbing off the internet, which is obviously the easy way around. And in fairness, that's probably like the smart way to do it. But I just like teaching myself new stuff. And, you know, it just feels like a more rewarding system to do it. Yeah, as far as drawing goes, like I'm not good. I'm not bad. I'm kind of just like completely bang average. I'm still a sucker for like stickmen and stuff, but in fairness, I think being around creative people for quite a lot of my life, or like being interested in more like artsy stuff, like not even direct art, but like music is my shit. I've been bumping music since before I can like formulate thoughts, you know. So that's always been my shit. But I think drawing kind of goes hand in hand with that because it's like not only useful for like let's say album covers and stuff, but it's also just a good thing to be good at. I feel so. There's that as well. But yeah, I met some people as well that I'm going to be living with next year, or this year slash next year. The next academic year at university. They're pretty chill actually. Nice guys. All doing physics. Now I'm doing history and German, which is awesome. Bit out of the loop, so I'll be making like physics jokes and like, what the fuck are you on about? So one of them was a little bit waved. We went out for drinks, and he started talking about like how plastic and beer are the same organic compound or something. I was like, God damn. Is that what you're talking about when you're drunk? It's kind of cool. I quite like that, you know. It's like the reverse end of the spectrum from people that like tits and beer and fucking cars and shit. So, dude's just talking about flipping compounds and stuff. It's kind of cool, especially because I've never really had friends that are like super into science. Obviously, like the closest thing I guess to my friends that are like into science, they're like into kind of more like engineering and stuff like that. So it's less like chemistry based. Although one of my mates, Jim, actually, he is super into that. Again, it's not really something I've been super exposed to since leaving school, and even in school, I just didn't give chemistry any thought at all. It's not something that's ever really interested me like that much, apart from since leaving school. And now it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. I'd never go out of my way to learn it, but I appreciate it is quite interesting shit, you know? It's interesting because my mum always said to me, when like after you leave school, you kind of appreciate it more, like what you're learning. But when you're in it, it's just like fucking effort to learn it. And I agree, like I don't want to ever go back to the school like system like GCSEs or like whatever the equivalent is in your country. It's like you're just learning loads of shit, like loads of different subjects and all that kind of shit. It's just like, dude, I'd rather not because it's the breadth you're learning at it. But like the very basics, I'm more than happy to have like a lot of like basic understanding of a lot of shit. Which I guess is what that system is, but it was just like it was way too vigorous. I think the way they tested it was just fucking annoying. It doesn't make you encourage you to learn, it encourages you to memorize like a few facts, which I just think so. It was weird as fuck because my GCSEs, which is like the exams you take in the UK when you're 15 or 16, had them just after lockdown. That was a weird time to be alive, to be honest. Because not only the fact it was just in a lockdown, which in itself was really weird when you look back at it, but no, it was fucking awful. Actually, lockdown, I really, really hate it. But then again, I live in a pretty fortunate situation because I was living on a farm during lockdown, which meant I could go outside. But I don't know, it was still just an awkward time. You know? I've always said it. If you're around the same people all the time, 24/7, it's gonna fuck you up. Like no matter how much you like them, which is why like quite a lot of like marriages and stuff really came under scrutiny during lockdown because you're like, oh shit, I love this person, sure, but I'm with them 24/7, and the small things they do that piss you off, like I'm not doing laundry, not putting the toilet lid down, like I don't know, maybe leaving a used towel out or something. Just all that kind of shit builds up and builds up to the point where you're like, oh my god, this person is like the second coming of Satan. And obviously, you don't think that once you've had a bit of time away from them. They're like, oh, it's lovely to see them again. You know, that's certainly the way I feel about my family now. Like I've seen them maybe twice within the past 7 months, and I'm like, oh shit, it's actually really nice to see you. I've literally seen some of my friends' parents more than I've seen my own parents recently. But it's nice to see them when I can, you know, like now because I've still not got a good relationship with my dad, like my adopted dad. Like I haven't got a bad one, but I haven't really got like a good one either. But it's like healthy now, whereas before it was not healthy. Like, because we just argue constantly about like, not even thinking you typically think of like parents and like kids arguing about. It would literally be over like just the way we see the world. And it basically was the most intrinsic way that like we argue. It wasn't even like old gen versus new gen thinking either, like entirely. I think some of it was. Some of it was like, I don't know, your treatment of people, how you treat them. Mine was slightly more, I guess, a modern spin on that. Not that he's old fashioned like that, like he's not bigoted or anything, but it's just like, I don't know, it was that kind of thing, which was, you know, like, it's when you see someone less, you're less likely to kind of have those head buzzing, that kind of clashing, which is, you know, means something together is more enjoyable. I think as well, man, like, my main qualms with like my upbringing stuff is that like, because I'm not from the UK, I'm Japanese, I was born, raised partially there, came over to the UK after being adopted, and it was Alfred West in Wales for a bit, and then was moved to Reading, but then was moved to, where was it from Reading? No, back to west from Reading. I was moved back, and then I was moved to where I am now, or where my family, my adopted family, my current adopted family, where they are now in the like Midlands, I guess you call it, like the Cotswolds in the UK, which is a fairly nice place. That's Bathurst, actually. It is fucking lovely. It's an amazing, amazing place, but it's just in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, no, I was moved there, and it's just like that was the thing. I never felt like welcome anywhere, which was super fun. Also, just not speaking the language entirely when I first came over, get bullied quite a lot for that, which was fun, you know. But yeah, I'm chilling now. I'm living in a nice position because I'm in Swansea, which is like not a huge city, but it's a big enough city that there's a lot of stuff going on. And it's small enough for me to get out to like the beach or like the woods or anything like that around. Like there's literally woodland like 15 minutes walk from me. There's a beach 5 minutes walk from me. There's the city centre that's about a 40-minute walk from me. Maybe like a 20-minute bus journey. So it's like it's pretty awesome. I will say the connectivity with the city is one of the worst I've seen in a while. It is very walkable though. It is very, very, very walkable. And most nights if I can't sleep I will just go out on a walk or I'll do one of the two things these days. I'll either hop on a video game with my mates or I'll go on a long walk. And walking along here at night, like quite a lot of people are like, don't walk around cities at night, it's not safe. And maybe it's because I'm a biological male that I find it like, it's not that bad. Maybe it's also just because I'm fucking stupid. But it's a really safe place, like unless you're going around like the train station or something. Apart from that, the city's really safe at night. Like even though there's not really a massive police presence, it's still like it's still chill. It's quite funny. So that's one thing I did find when I went to London. Actually, I went to London a few weeks ago, and it's like the difference of like what you can and can't do. Because I initially came to Swansea from, like I said, living in a town. I haven't lived in the city since I lived in Yokohama, which is good. 13 or so, no, best part of over 10 years anyway, like a little bit over 10 years. So I hadn't lived in the city for ages, basically. And yeah, it was interesting to adapt to that and then adapt to London from Swansea, which was, on top of that, it was just like, oh my God. Even though I was only there for like 12 days, wasn't it? But still, it was kind of fucking mental. And then did a little kind of like around the UK. So I went, well, around England, mainly the south actually. I went to Brighton, which was quite cool. Brighton's one of those interesting places. I think it's like massively overrated, to be honest, but it's very chill. Went on like the rides and stuff on the pier, which the pier is a lot smaller than I thought it would be. But then again, it is a pier. It's not like a huge thing. It's not. Put it this way: the Western Supermare one is a lot better. So big up Western Supermare. I don't know where that is actually on the map. It's better than Brighton. Did have good bars though. I did almost get sliced open. So I was getting my hair cut. The guy was doing the bit of the razor where they're like cleaning up the bottom of your beard. I didn't ask for it, but they were just doing it anyway because I don't know. It was just quiet. This guy came and like knocked the guy's hand while he was doing my neck. Like, dude, that is a fucking that could have killed him. I was a bit pissed off, but it's all good. We live and we don't know. There was nothing for me to learn apart from maybe don't get your hair cut ever again. It's probably not a bad idea, Rich. Never cut my hair again. I'm actually speaking of that. I am trying to grow it out so I can get like a bun kind of thing going. But I just don't know how this looks. This looks kind of retarded. So we'll see. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know. Listen, the world's not going to end. So unless it is, it's going to end at some point. But why are we worrying about that? It's a Sunday. Eating spaghetti bolognese. Honestly, it's tasty. Some good shit. Some good shit, man. These are such a scam, boy. How big are these? 330 mil. So that's actually the same size as I think, is it? Or is it 660 normally? No. Standardized is 660, sorry. That's my bad. Of those shitty like bottles you get at like pubs and stuff. Like the bottles, not the pints. I never understood why people get them. Especially Desperado. That is the worst. That Desperado is the worst, like, most shitty tasting, bang average drink. I think it actually makes me feel sick when I drink it. There's not many drinks I can say that about. I think it's probably the only one that afterwards I even it's disgusting, you know? It's just not very nice, you know? But yeah, I've recently been like, as well as drawing this last week, I've been trying to like learn D&D. I'm playing that with a few of my friends right now. I'm like trying to learn how to play. It's like one of those games. I didn't realize what it was before, but it's actually quite fun. It's not something I'm like massively into, but I'm looking to get into it. And if I do get into it, then I'll probably really enjoy it. I'm still trying to work out like what everything does and all that kind of shit. And there's a lot of like background shit I'm probably not gonna learn unless I probably get invested into it, like over time. But yeah, I never really knew what it was. I've just heard of it so many times and was like really bored one time. I just looked into it. I was like, oh shit, this actually seems quite fun. Whipped up a few friends from like real life and then one off the internet. Shout out Alex, I know you're watching this. And yeah, it was fun as fuck, actually. It was good. There we go. All right. Well, I'm nearly finished now, so I'll finish off this drink, and I'll love you and leave you. Are you watching? If you're watching all this way through, I don't know why you'd still be watching. But yeah, let me know if you want to see another mukbang of actual food next time, bro. These. I'll see you soon. All right. Bye bye.